Last episode, we challenged you to guess the weight of our tiny home trailer. We've had some interesting guesses so far. We've got the scale ready to go.
But first, there's some stuff to finish.
Last episode ended with a very dishevelled me after trying to piece together all the bushings and parts for our custom suspension for the axles. I was having issues where the inner part of the bushing wouldn't fit in, it was too tight. But I've gone through, took many hours, and I finished all 16 bushings, and I think it's all good to go. I think we're going to actually get the axles permanently attached to the trailer, and so we have to take it all off to paint it, but that's a different problem. So it's 8 polyurethane bushings per side. Why are you cutting up my bushes?
Because you asked me to.
Yeah, Hayley's cut some little channels, and that'll just help because this bit stays put and then the inner metal tube rotates. A little pathway for all the grease to go through and keep everything all nice and lubed up. Okay, so we've got to weld these mounts up properly now and put the outer bushing sleeves into these lugs, let's call them. We have to weld these in now. We can't put the bushings in first because otherwise they'll melt when we weld it all together. So we've got to get all this together, all good and square and real good. So I've made this spacer that's going to fit exactly in there. You can already see it doesn't really fit because when you weld stuff like that, it's all like warped and moved in. So that'll go in there just to hold it in place. And then when I do weld it up, I'll just show you, shall I? Let's do it. Let's just do it. I'll just go something like that. And then I will... Should I laser it? Or should I just MIG it up? I'll just MIG it. It's over there. Hup. I can't wait till this trailer's moved out the way. It's such a pain to get from here to over there. So they're all welded up. Now we've got to get these bits of the bushing in, the outer bits, and hopefully nothing moved and my clamping idea worked. And these line up still. Nice. So we've got to get this perfectly centered with an even gap around each side, and then I've got to weld this in real good. How are we going to do that? Should we just eyeball it? I mean, that looks pretty close. So we're looking for 10 mil on each side. I think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah, just don't knock it.
Okay. This is it. Once that's welded in, that's it. Can't redo it.
No pressure.
Yeah.
Little tack. Double check. And complete. Have fun.
Thank you. There we go. Welding a round tube is really hard. I've never done that before. Where's a nice looking one that I can show you?
They all look very nice.
Don't look too close because some of these welds are funky. This one's not too bad. Oh, it ain't too good.
It's going to do the job real good.
Oh, it's in there. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. So we've got everything laid out, but what we need to do is drill a hole in each one for a grease nipple. I don't know why I went like this when I said nipple.
I think because you were screwing it in.
Yes. So we're just going to drill that, tap them, and then we can put all of this together.
Oh, nearly there.
I haven't actually tested if an M16 bolt fits in here. I drilled it out to 16 mil. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Okay, this is going to be tricky because we've got to drill it on the top.
Vice?
Yeah, let's use the vice.
Can I tap it?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. There we go. This isn't a grease nipple. It's my test.
What you got there?
It's glue.
It's a special glue for gluing these polyurethane bushes into steel.
I know that a few of you said not to use glue to glue the polyurethane in, but we're just going to use a tiny little dab because some of them aren't really snug and we just don't want any risk of them twisting around in there. They've got to stay still.
Yeah, it was my, let's say,
You're a beginner.
beginner lather. Whoa.
And now it's mixed. How much do you want in there?
I think we just do like a little dab. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I don't want to make it too difficult to take out after again, but I also want something, an amount in there to make sure it's not going to move around.
Shall I just do a bit over here?
Yeah, just a little line.
Okay.
Okay, right, we've got to put the bushing in now. So the loose ones, I made it so that when you put the inner bit in, it actually squishes the rubber out.
And this one?
Yeah, just a little line. There we go. Squeeze!
Alright, let's move on to this one.
Alrighty. Hey, this isn't going too badly.
Ta-da!
Now we've got to put these in there.
This one? Oh, yes. That's perfect. Finally one is done. The weeks of work. Magic transition. They're all done. Overall, very pleased. There you can see that there's a gap in between the two rubber bushings, and that's where the grease will get squeezed into, and then it'll go along those channels that Hayley cut, and it'll kind of ooze out of here, keep all that greased up. Should we do a test fit on one of the axles to see if it still all goes together? Maybe we put them on the arm that they're going to go on first and then put them on the chassis.
Yeah. Well, I still have to weld these.
Weld those. You want to weld them now?
Yeah, I just need to put a spacer in there.
Oh, we've just put the spacer.
And I've just used the spacer in there. So I need to make another spacer that's the right size, because I really don't want these to warp as I'm doing it. So, okay.
This is the suspension arm, by the way, in case you've never seen it before. What does it do?
Suspension. Oh, it feels quite heavy.
Oh, we could give a bit of a preview.
Shall we weigh one of these? I mean, the lines are closed for your guesses, unfortunately. But we could see, and then people will know how close they might be.
Let me do it. So if we know the weight of this, then we'll be able to tell the weight of all four. Mm-hmm. And that'll be like a third of the wheels, maybe. I think this is the lightest part. Okay, everyone shout out your guesses.
14.5 kilos.
That just says 14.
Oh, it said 14.5 when I zoomed in.
Oh, 14!
That's heavier than I expected.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's still pretty light if you ask me.
My guess might be a little bit off later on. We got our suspension mounting plates attached properly for the first time on the chassis. It's looking real strong. Our bolts are a little bit long. We knew they would be because we had to get the bolt so the shoulder was this big, because that's where all the grease is going to go and stuff inside. So I'm going to have to just shorten them. I don't see why that would be a problem. I'll do it on the lathe. I'm going to lay them down. Ready to do this for the...
I was going to
how many
say,
times?
here we go again.
Yeah. Hopefully, these will slide on without any issue now, because the spacer that I used to put in there while I was welding it up was ever so slightly bigger. That was kind of to avoid the lugs like coming in and then making it really hard to get on. Oh, my plan worked perfectly. Oh, it all still lines up and everything. Yay. We'll be able to see now how strong it is.
Oh, in real life?
In real life, yeah, because before all the bushings and stuff, nothing was bolted in or welded up properly, so.
Does he have enough thread?
Might have cut this one a little short.
We forgot about the washers. It might be important to mention that these do have to come off again to get welded properly. It's still, the suspension arm is still only tacked. It's going to be getting fully welded.
Do you think we have enough travel? That's so cool. Oh, that's solid. I was a little bit worried. When we first put them on, and it was just the bushings, without like being welded properly and bolted properly, I was concerned about how much twist there was. But there's no play in that. That's really good. I also like how it makes fun noises.
Yes, it hasn't a grease yet.
Don't go too close on them worlds.
I'm just showing how the bushings aren't rotating.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing.
Everything inside is rotating.
And that's why it's going roo. Oh, it's going to be so good. One thing, the airbags that we had, we've had to send them back because they had a really obscure air fitting thread. I couldn't find anything to match it. The description was completely wrong, so we're going to have to find somewhere that sells like proper ones, not cheap eBay ones, I think. But hopefully it will still fit roughly this size that I've made this. But this plate here isn't actually fully welded in, so we could, if we need to, make different plates. And we're still trying to figure out shocks, what size shock, because as that's in back there, like, it's quite a small size to go in, but it still needs to be able to take a ton, so...
Tricky.
Yeah, we're working on it, All right, should we get the rest of them in?
Yeah.
Yes!
In a star wipe.
Oh, star wipe, we don't use that one very often.
Yeah. Wow!
strong. That's what I think. I think...
Give it the knee jiggle test. Super strong.
So the axles aren't welded in yet, so that's why there is
a little slop,
a bit of wobble. And also there's still a little bit of play because the arm isn't fully welded together either. But for the first time we can actually see what it's going to look like. I don't know what happened, right? This gap between the wheels is twice what we wanted it to be. So I'm not quite sure what we did. Probably because it's circles and we only needed, maybe we doubled something when we halved it because we were looking at diameter instead of radius.
Oh, who knows?
But to be honest, it's probably fine. It's actually probably fine. And it means if we want to upgrade the wheels to bigger ones, we can. The other mistake, these bolts might have been a bit overzealous when we cut these bolts down because they're a little too short and there's not... It would probably be okay, but I'd prefer if there was a bit more thread.
So we can weigh it now.
We could, but I think we'll make you wait a little bit longer. First, what we need to do is we actually need to do some more work on Moose. If you're new around here, this is Moose. He's our 7.5 ton truck that we got about 1.5 years ago, and he's going to tow the trailer. So we've made a bunch of modifications to him. He used to be about 2 meters longer and have a horse box on. And we cut it down and we changed the suspension, we put airbags in, lots of fun stuff. But that comes with a lot of
headache
from the DVSA. So we need to essentially document everything we've done and send it off to the DVSA. But first, there's a few things that we need to do. We got to put the mud guards back on, front and back. Obviously, we've got to put the flatbed on. We've got wood that goes on there. And then legally, there's some things we have to do. You all pointed out that I fitted the lights for the number plate wrong. So we've got to fix that. And then we've got to make an underrun bar, which is like a big chunky bumper that goes under here and it stops cars from getting stuck under the truck when you have a crash. And we also might need to do side bars as well. Like they're like these side railings that protect people from ending up under there, you know. So there's quite a lot to do. Also there's some engine stuff. The temperature gauge doesn't work. The last time I looked in the coolant hose, it looked like there was some oil in there, so that's very concerning. So yeah, let's try and get Moose on the road as soon as we can, because it's time. Oh, there you go. Oh, back working on Moose.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while. It's making me think about the future when the tiny house and Moose are finally finished and we get to go on all of our adventures. If you don't know the plan for when it's all done, is we want to eventually get a bit of our own land for us to build on, but we're not really sure where. So we're going to first travel around and visit off-grid communities and see how they do stuff and kind of learn from them.
Yeah, there's a few places around the UK that we definitely want to go and check out. But also in Europe, there's like Portugal and Romania. It's really nice as well.
Yeah, we've never done anything like this before, so it's going to come with loads of challenges. But something we don't need to worry about is our mobile data and internet access, thanks to today's sponsor, UBG.
If you're traveling, UBG is basically an app that gives you access to eSIM mobile data across 200 destinations worldwide. So you can get online pretty much wherever you end up without dealing with roaming charges from your usual provider. You just download the app, choose a data plan, and that's it. No contracts, no faffing with physical SIM cards, and no risk of losing your normal one. What's quite handy is you can just sort it all out before you leave, and then it kicks in when you arrive. So you're not landing somewhere new trying to hunt down Wi-Fi or figure out a local SIM straight away. And if you do run out of data, you can actually top it up through the app even without Wi-Fi or any credit left.
I can see it being really useful for our own mobile data, but also we can use it for Wi-Fi and internet access in the tiny home.
Oh, like a hotspot?
Yeah, so we can use it on our phones and stuff for sat-nav, but also we'll be able to upload videos and stuff wherever we are.
If you want to check it out, you can use our code RTOG for 10% off. Links in the description.
So the original plan was to chuck these out and make or buy nicer ones. But for now, we kind of need to just get something on Moose to make him road legal. So these are the, like it just had this rusty old metal straps that were welded to the old subframe of the horse box. I don't want to use those for now, so I've just got a bit of box section that's going to bolt onto it, and then that box section will tack onto the subframe of the flatbed.
Like this?
Yeah, like that one.
It looks so good.
Do you think so? I think it looks terrible.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's just not the usual standard, is it, for us? So the reason we're just like getting it done quickly and roughly is because we need to essentially get Moose all of his modifications approved by the DVSA. So we don't want to put loads of time and money in making really good mounts for the mud guards and like getting new wheels and tires. Like we're just going to get him to the point where we can fill out the form and send in all the photos, and he is like up to scratch, you know, like road legal looking. But we're not going to be driving him around or anything, and yeah, yet. What have you been up to then?
I've been tidying up cables. I've been putting conduit and strapping it all to the chassis with these cable-tied button thingy bobs.
Cool.
There is that.
Oh, I see.
And then on the inside, because we've got like these lights and stuff, so we have cables everywhere, and so it's all gone in conduit and up here and then into the cab, so it's protected. I didn't think that this would take as long as it has.
Everything always takes longer. You having fun though?
Oh yes.
That one's on, and this one's on. Ties it together, doesn't it? With the underrun bar, it's going to look good.
Are you going to weld these on
Yes.
or bolt them on?
I'm just going to weld those bits of box section on for now. We're not going to be driving around with it like this. This is just to hold everything properly in place for its photo shoot. Moose's
probably
important
need
photo shoot.
Something coming from here to here
Yeah.
and here to here.
But for now, I'm going to work on this, which is the front mudguard holder, and it goes somewhere in there. But it was probably easily a year ago since we did it, since we took it off. And I have to admit, I have no idea where it goes or how it goes in place, so let's see. Okay, so which way round does it go? Is it like that? Oh, I think it was like this. Ah, I'm seeing bolt holes that line up. Good news. I'm seeing bolt holes line up.
That's good.
I'll be right back. Okay, it's on.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, do you remember it now?
I remember.
Yeah.
The other side has a weird
Arm thingy.
thing.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah, and we didn't even think about it when we were building the flatbed, but luckily nothing gets in the way, which is good.
We kind of thought about it.
Did we? I didn't.
Oh. I did, a bit.
Okay, we've got to put our nice mudguard on. It kind of pains me to put these on.
I like the stitches.
It looks so rough, doesn't it? But, you know. It goes on here, like that. But there's 8mm bolts, but big square holes. So I think I'm going to just quickly cut out some, like a washer.
Yeah, I don't remember what used to go on there.
I can't remember at all.
It looks like there was a metal plate in there by that rust pattern.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it does. You can kind of see. I'm not making a big old metal plate. Does it need it?
Well, that's how it held on before, wasn't it? It was like sandwiched in between the metal plate and the
That
bracket.
metal plate, I think, turned to dust.
I think it did.
Well, I'll fix it up with something else for now. Maybe some strips instead. Might recognise this plate from the suspension mount version 1. And now it's becoming something else. And just like that, custom washers, fresh out of the oven. They're actually very hot. Okay, I'm just going to line it up with the rusty marks that were there before. Okay, well, not too bad.
How are you going to get it on straight? Is my question.
Straight is relative.
I should probably paint these.
Yeah, we will. Just going to make sure this is all going to work out. Done! He's starting to look like a truck again.
I say that every time I put something on.
One step at a time. So now, are we going to try and... No, what we have to do, right? We have to figure out how this went on. I think I know, and I don't think it's good news, but this is the windscreen wash fluid
Wiper fluid.
tank. And I think it had some sort of bracket that went in here. And like, oh, it went in like that. And it was held on. Yeah, here and here there was like 2 bits of metal and was attached to the step. The step, I think, has not made it to the workshop with us. I think it got thrown away.
I think
or
it got
something.
really hacked up and we chucked it.
Yeah, but the brackets are really important.
It doesn't seem like something that you would do.
No, I usually hoard everything.
Yeah.
So I don't
So
know
maybe
where it
it's
is.
somewhere.
Yeah, I'll have another look around. Oh, I'm watering the wheel. So instead, should we do something else?
To do something more fun.
Do something more fun. We're not weighing the trailer yet. Let's start with the underrun bar first then. So this big old chunky thing, this is going to be the bumper or the underrun bar, and it's the cross member left over from when we made our hydraulic legs. So we've cut some of the bits off that aren't needed anymore, squared off the ends. Now it's got a new life as the underrun bar. So I'm glad we're reusing that because
We're not using the legs.
yeah. Well, yet we might. I'm trying to figure out how to put the hydraulic leveling legs on the trailer, but that's for another day. So yeah, we've got the bumper, and then we laser cut these brackets that are going to hold the bumper to the chassis. Whether or not they're strong enough, I'm not sure yet.
We can put them all together and then add more bracing, can't we?
Yeah, just going to get it all in place and then kind of go from there. But that's what most of them are like. They're just a plate attached to the chassis and then welded to a big bit of box. So
Looks like you already got one on there.
we did. We just made sure it all fit because there's things in the way that I forgot about that aren't on the CAD. But luckily, we just missed the mounts for the airbags. So it's going to go right in here, avoiding the brackets and the airbag, and then just picks up those 4 bolt holes that hold the rear cross member in as well. I think it's pretty much there.
They're already pretty strong.
Yeah. God, it's heavy, isn't it?
Okay. Bosh.
Oh, heavy duty.
Looks pretty cool.
It does, doesn't it? It looks good. We just need to measure this distance, make sure it's the same on both sides. It's got these plates here left over from, it had like a triangle bit, didn't it, to mount to the chassis of the truck. But now it just looks like it's got like reinforcement things. We should put some lights in it. I think that'd look good.
Not more lights.
Yeah. Do you think that's enough? Just tacked it up?
For now, are you going to add some stuff?
I don't know. I do think it needs a bit of extra support because it's strong like forwards and backwards, but oh well, that's actually just moving the whole truck, isn't it?
Mm.
Maybe it's fine. Oh. I think if it starts to fall, then just leave it. All right, do you want to lower it down, and I'll try not to let it fall.
It's wedged.
It's wedged. Oh.
Yep.
Ah, that was all right. Okay, we've offered it up and it's looking good. I think it's possibly quite overkill.
I think it looks good.
I think it suits the scale of moose.
Yeah, it's super chunky.
Yeah, it'll be nice and strong. And
I like this weld.
No, don't look at that weld, thank you. You don't point out my bad welds. Okay, so we're going to paint it quick before we put it up, yeah?
Yeah, go paint it. And then hopefully it's the last time we take those bolts out at the back.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of times.
Yeah. What's happening?
This is giving birth.
This is giving birth to a new number plate. That was the weirdest transition we've ever done.
I'm just going to take it out from under there.
I want to keep that. I'm keeping that.
No, please.
Yeah.
I'll delete it. I ordered new number plates for Moose. Real nice and shiny. But the back looks really, I just think it looks a bit flat. And you know that these lights are either on the wrong way around or they're just completely the wrong lights altogether. Yeah. Because you shouldn't be able to actually see light from the back. They are going to kind of dazzle people, I think.
Yeah. People told us in the comments in the last video that I bought the wrong lights. Well, I think it's just because they're cheap rubbish ones from Amazon, but yeah.
But I have had an idea, and I think that we should make like a shroud, a border, and then in that border it has like a hood that comes down over the lights. Okay. And it will give the whole thing some depth. Do you want to show them the idea I made you draw?
Yeah. So we've got this outer border bit that the number plate goes in, and then this kind of
roof.
Yeah, this kind of roof cover thing that will stop those cheap lights from shining in the wrong direction. So it'll kind of direct all the light downwards onto the number plate and not dazzle anyone behind us. I could have just bought new lights, but
there's a fun in that. And I think I'm going to have a go at laser welding the roof bit myself.
That's cool.
Because I haven't used the laser welder yet. Ooh. Quite large. Here's the frame.
The strongest number plate frame there is.
Yep. Tagged. I'll show you how it goes together. It's got this little puzzle piece type things. They go in there. Like that. Okay. And here's the roof. And then this is the part that covers up the lights. From the front or the back, where you want to look at it. Like that. And then just weld. And that'll be it. A little house. Put the number plate. Shall I put some number plates on it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Go on. Do the thing. Cool. Looks great. Good design. I was just going to buy new lights, but this is way better.
It will give it some depth on the back, I think. Some texture.
Yeah.
Because it's too flat. I'm nervous.
It's very easy, I promise you'll be fine. Just don't look at the laser bit. Like, don't point it in your eye.
Okay. And I squeeze that and then push that.
Yeah. You want to be resting on the wire,
Yeah.
and then you should feel the wire push you.
Okay.
And don't resist it. Don't hold it too hard, you know?
Okay. Oh, I'm really scared. Oh.
Oh, yeah. That looks great.
Do you think it did it?
Yeah. That is very welded. Easy, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't push me as much as I thought it was going to, but I
Yeah.
can feel it like...
It's quite slow, the settings at the moment, but that's probably a bit unnecessarily big, that weld. But there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that looks small to me.
Yeah. No, you're just used to looking at MIG welds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put me to shame. You're showing everyone how easy it is. Cool, so now you just got to do
The
these
long
very
ones.
long ones. Yeah. It'll be a bit trickier to
Maybe
get it
I
in
need
one.
to make the scan a bit bigger to fill the gap.
Let's see, do a run first and then see. If you don't know what Hayley's talking about, see this big V gap? The laser welder's not too great at filling that, so you can adjust how wide
The
the beam is.
It scans, it goes...
Yeah.
So you could have it really small, or you can have it like... What's it? I think it goes up to 6 mils.
No, 5. Yeah, so that's kind of as wide as it'll go at the moment.
It didn't really do it. It put it over here.
Ah, I see.
Honestly, I think it needs a MIG in there.
Good try though.
Thanks.
That was a big old weld. Alright, I'll do my best to grind it all nice now, shall I?
Okay. We're giving it a little bit of paint, just at the top. Just the part that's going to be against the chassis, because we still haven't decided if we're going to brace it and add any extra strength down there yet.
Do you reckon this is going to go on easily? Or do you reckon the
I
welding?
reckon I'm going to change my shoes.
Ah, yes, let's put some steel toe caps on. We've wedged a bit of wood in the middle to splay it back open. Ready? So that's the plan, yeah? I lift, you rotate, put the bolt in. Yeah?
So simple. Problem is, I can't see at the same time.
Yeah.
You need to tip it much more.
Oh, put it down. Did you get a bolt in? You got a bolt in?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, yeah. There it is.
I have 2 bolts in.
Nice.
How do I bolt?
Give me some. Yeah. And just like that, it's in. What's he looking at?
I'm looking at the number plate thing. I'm looking at how the paint is just so scuffed already.
It's on. I'm not sure if black was the right choice, but we don't have any other colours.
Yeah, it's super shiny at the moment, but it will dull a little bit in time.
I think we should have painted it white or something, but we'll
We
do
can
that.
always do that in the future.
Yeah.
Now for the pièce de résistance.
That was a very expensive private number plate. It was really hard to get subscribe.
It's not a real one, silly.
Oh yeah.
That looks cool!
It looks great. Should we turn the lights on?
Yes.
I am in Moose. Are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah!
Is it bright enough to see?
I think so, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah? I'm sure at night time it'll be much brighter.
But at least it's not going to dazzle anyone now.
Yeah. So we kind of jumped ahead a bit and welded this all up and ground it and stuff, but I could only get it so smooth. So you can kind of see there's like bumps and stuff. But Haley had a cool idea to use...
Yeah, you get a PU sealant, it's called. And we used some in the cab before when we did welding in there to get it watertight. And it's black and it'll just fill in all those gaps and it can be painted on as well. But these welds, perfect.
Oh, your laser ones?
Yeah. I wish I could have done it all.
We're also going to use the PU sealant on all of the welds on the trailer. Just give it as good a chance as any to make sure water doesn't get in any of these box sections. That's going to be a fun job, isn't it?
So we'll go primer, then PU sealant and then top coat. We'll use like a 2-part epoxy because it's the best.
A few people have asked if we're going to get the trailer hot dipped, like galvanized. I don't know. It is an option, but I have a feeling it's going to be really expensive because you need to find somewhere that has a 7-odd meter long bath to dip it in because it's literally like a pool of really hot galvanizing. I don't actually know what it is, so I don't know why I'm trying to explain what it is. And then you also have to transport it there, so we can't tow it there because you'd have to take all the wheels and stuff and the brakes and everything off. So we'd have to get it put on a flatbed and stuff. I can see it just being really expensive, like way more expensive than painting it.
I like our idea.
Yeah. I think we should paint the chassis a nice fun colour.
And you can paint the galvanized front because you can get special primer for galvanized steel.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth doing to make it look better, but also the galv on it isn't very good. Like it's coming off in places.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's ugly. So we'll have it like matching the rest of the trailer.
Yeah, it will tie in real nice.
Yeah.
What do you think of the rear of Moose?
I think it looks great. I was really worried that the underrun was gonna like ruin the aesthetics of our Cyber Moose style rear, but I think it actually ties it all in really well. I think it makes it look much better, and it is super strong. Yeah.
And now we have a step up.
Yeah, we have a step. I just demonstrated how to step for some reason. And yeah, it's not wobbly side to side, like at all. Like you just move the whole truck. I was worried that those 6mm plates would be able to, you know, flex side to side, but no.
And it looks kind of wide, but it's no wider than Moose's rear wheels, which is legal.
He's getting there. Moose, you're going to be road legal in no time. There's actually a lot to do. The time has come to weigh the trailer.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for.
I'm scared.
Why are you scared? Don't be scared, that'll make me scared.
No, I'm fine.
We've got some strong straps.
We were struggling to figure out how to pick up the trailer, to be honest, but I think it's fine. We've just got some straps kind of to each corner and then found like the middle point. We've got the engine crane, which is only rated for 1 ton. So that might give you a bit of a inkling as to how heavy it's going to be. And
But it's too late to change your answers.
no, the lines have closed. So we're going to use this, hook it up to our straps, and lift up the trailer until the scale stops going up and see what it is. What's your guess?
I think it's somewhere between 480 and 550.
If it's under 600, I'll be happy. If it's like 800, I'm going to be quite...
I'll be very confused.
I'll be very confused.
I've strapped up the wheels as well, so they're not going to cause any issues. They should all come up at the same time. You ready?
Yes.
I don't want you standing in there when you're doing this.
I won't. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's do it.
Wait, I want to go and stand somewhere far away. Put your face mask on, please.
I don't know. I'm not sure if this face mask is going to do much, but
Get your legs away.
I am. I'll stay far away.
What does that say? We're up to 100.
100 already?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 200. That's 300.
Where's your left hand?
It's here.
Keep it away from the things.
Oh. Okay, that's 450 and we're still not off the floor. That's 500. Oh dear.
I hear something.
You hear something?
Yeah, I think that the stands are coming off the ground.
We're almost off the ground. We're almost there.
When those stands come off the ground, that's it.
Oh!
Okay, that's definitely going somewhere. Okay.
Hey, is it off the ground?
I don't know. You'll have to go and check the stands.
I think it's very, very close. The scale's not going any higher.
Yeah, it's just kind of bouncing in the air, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think actually it's still... I think the end is still on the floor a little bit.
Oh.
On the stands. Let's put it down because I think we need to move the crane that way to get the balance point.
Okay.
Okay, this is the one. That's 580. Oh, it's 612, okay.
That's probably close. Oh.
Oh, I heard an axle stand move.
Yeah, we're off at the front. We're off at the back. We're off on both sides.
Are we?
Yeah. Yep, here.
It's still on this corner,
Oh, okay.
but not by much. I reckon a couple more and we'll be off the ground. That's it, it's off, it's completely floating. We did it.
Well, it's a little higher than I thought.
This is it now, the whole trailer's off the floor. 650.
Ish.
650 kilos. I'm pretty
Oh.
pleased with that.
Mm.
There's one more cross member to go in, but that'll only add like another 10 kilos or so.
Yeah, we didn't put that in first because it wasn't in the list of parts last episode when we asked people to guess.
650 kilos. I'm very happy with that. Very, very.
I have to go and look up the winner. I'll be right back. I have the winner.
Yeah?
And they guessed it exactly on the nose.
Really? 650?
650. And it's Simon Jones in the comments.
Well done, Simon Jones.
Great guess. We will get in touch and send you out a keyring.
So now that we know the weight, it just means that in the future we can just weigh anything else that goes on the trailer and we can keep track of it before we eventually tow it to a proper weigh station and stuff, because we can't really weigh the habitat. Maybe bit by bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's tricky.
So
I don't think that actually weighs 10 kilos.
this isn't even in shot. This is an extra cross member that's going to go in the middle.
You said it would be an extra 10 kilos, but I think it's more.
I think I was
20.
I think I was a little optimistic. This cross member weighs 20 kilos.
I won one!
You get a key ring.
Yay! There's something that I want to weigh. It's the ball.
We have shown the ball.
We've shown it once, and it's quite heavy. It goes over here. It goes in there, but it will be like up there.
Yeah.
How much do you think this weighs? This tiny little ball.
I think quite a lot.
I think it weighs 10 kilos.
Do you?
No, 8 kilos.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Oh, only 5.5.
We're very weak.
No, but it's just so dense, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So that's going to be another 25 kilos to go on. So it's 675.
I'm still very happy with that. So there we go. We had a range of guesses, some over 3 tons and some down to about 400 kilos. So
That would have been nice.
Most were way over. Most were like way over double.
Over a ton.
Yeah. I guess, what do they say, the camera adds 10 pounds?
Yeah, the camera adds a ton.
about 2 tons, yeah. I get why people think it's so heavy. It looks really heavy and it's all like chunky box sections of steel and stuff, but the truss design really helped. It's very efficient in making it this strong without adding so much weight. So I'm quite glad that my idea paid off and actually proved to be what I thought it would be.
So next episode, we'll just start adding some more weight.
We'll see you then.